And people have diabetes, and according to the American Diabetes Association, nearly 1/3 of those are completely unaware they have it at all. Now, there are two types of diabetes. It's important to know the difference. Type 1, known as juvenile diabetes, is a chronic illness in which the body makes too little or no insulin. So people with type 1 must take insulin every day. Now, people with type 2 diabetes can produce insulin, but they either don't produce enough or their body just resists it.
Type 1 diabetes is a disorder that affects youth, so it's more common in kids. But type 2 diabetes in general is more common in adults, but unfortunately over the last 20 years with the rise in obesity in kids, we're seeing more and more type 2 diabetes in kids.
Now, type 2 diabetes is the most common form of the disease, and I tell you what, this stuff has a lot to do with it, the sugar, and because it can lead to excess weight and, poor overall diet, thought to be a growing cause. So let's welcome Jessica Crandall, who's a nutritionist, a registered dietitian. And Jessica, you said it all. There's so much we can do about type 2 diabetes.
There is, and we know, like we were saying, 29 million Americans are diagnosed with diabetes, or 80 million plus Americans have prediabetes. That's 1 in 3. So here we have an example of how much sugar Americans are eating every single day. Okay. 22 teaspoons. Go ahead and dish that out.
22 of these, guys.
22. And once again, it's not the sugar that causes the diabetes. It's the extra calories, and then the sugar doesn't help to contribute to that, right? And we know that we're consuming this so much in excess. We also know, as we were mentioning, that kids are also dramatically eating 34 teaspoons of sugar a day. So on top of that, 22.
I'm at 12, and look how much sugar that is.
That's with kids.
Okay, so that's 22.
And adults, every single day. You're like, there's no way I eat that. Well, it does add up quickly. And those things that we don't think about that are commonly like healthy, sometimes the yogurts might have added sugar in it, or your cereals. So read those labels. Also make sure you're still substituting out those sodas for healthier options like fruit-infused water or club soda. Get rid of the
candy,
sugar.
That's
completely.
no-brainer.
This is a no-brainer, right? Modify those sweet options. And don't just eliminate your sweets. Just figure out a healthier way of doing it. This is Greek yogurt, pumpkin, so it's very seasonal. You can mix it with a little bit of nutmeg and cinnamon, vanilla extract, and you're going to have a nice dip for your apples.
That is fantastic. But then I know another message you have is with the fruit, you don't just sit and overdo it with fruity either, because it's natural sugar, but it's still going to affect
Natural sugar is not what we're needing to be focused on. We need to really focus on that added sugar. So once again, from those products that might be containing hidden sources of sugar. So if we lose even about 7% of our body weight, we're decreasing the progression of prediabetes to diabetes. So 7%, that's like 10 pounds. We can all do that.
Yeah, we can do it, and especially taking some of these tips that you have given us, Jessica.
And don't forget the activity, 150 minutes every day.
I'm going to start right now with the weights, guys, and it makes so much sense. Thank you, Jessica. Hey, these are kind of heavy. I'm embarrassed. Now, wait a minute. These don't look this heavy.
Pick a weight option that's good for you.
Can you take these off my hands?
Yeah, she's like, 10% of your body weight. It's only